Hello Twitch. Welcome in everyone. That's clean. I don't know why I put that back there. How is everyone? Welcome up. Osso Buco tonight. Gonna be doing the wrap up of our 48-hour sous vide. I did originally pin it up to the top when I started this, when I did this on Friday. Realized it wasn't getting deep enough into the water, and so I unpinned it and just let it drop in there, and actually sort of comfortably stayed in place for the most part. And so the meat's already been cooking for, what, 46 hours? Yep, we got an hour and a half till that's done with its 48 hours. And that, of course, is not going to be the end of the story for that either. Got the stream raiders already started up. We've got... Oh, hey. I thought I had forgotten my mug out in the back. Always do this. I need to deprogram myself somehow. Nice even pour, even still. Really happy with the new dripper. Hey, Kip. Yep, I have 4 Osso Buco bones from a full-grown piece of beef, so it's not veal. Traditional Osso Buco is veal, but we have beef shank, at least slices, that has been braising along with some acidic and umami ingredients, along with some small diced onion and carrot and some garlic. Not 100% what else I threw into that bag. That's why I recorded it. And so that has been chilling in my sous vide since 6 o'clock p.m. on Saturday. And we got about an hour and a half here until 6 o'clock here. And that'll be 48 hours. Hey, Hud, welcome in. Cheers, everyone. Happy Sunday. Or Monday, wherever you be. So I actually think I'm going to start with getting some rolls going here, which just happen to have some nice warm water back here. Sure. Yeah. Hold up one moment. Got some freshly frozen yeast. And start with a little bit of dairy. Let that sit and wake up a bit. To go along with our Osso Buco tonight, I'm also going to be doing some mashed potatoes. I'm sort of making up the squash from past ingredient challenge. I keep delaying it, but I've got this butternut squash. I'm going to use the top of it tonight and use that for our, going to roast that off, glaze that with some honey mustard. And lastly, I'm starting off with some dinner rolls. Put a little less than a cup in it. Where's my cup measure at these days? A little less than 1 1/4 cups, just visually. Nice pinch of salt in with our flour. Give that a stir up here too, so that the yeast doesn't directly contact all that salt immediately. Last minute, get units on the battlefield for Stream Raiders. I was hopeful they were going to skip the big boys and get all these houses knocked out of the way so they stop dropping units, but I guess we're going to go after the big units and have to tank it all out. I don't know if this is going to happen. This is going to be rough. Yep, this ain't happening. We gave it a shot. Boo. Well, let's try it from this side this time. Get us a little closer to this thing and get rid of this thing. That's really what we need to target. If you got any units to go after this thing, go after this thing. Oh, nice, our yeast is definitely alive. Definitely doing its thing. It's nice and foamy now. So we'll add our yeast to our yeast. Maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of half and half. Good half and half, like good fat half and half. And some warm water up to half cup. We're gonna mix that together real quick. Give it a bit of a knead. Thank you for that follow. Not all talk to. I still don't really want to do that in my board. We'll do this over here. Need a bit of flour here. Should maybe get the oven preheating here. Yeah, we got some time still though. Yeah, why not? Turn the fan on, turn the oven up to 400. Starting to look pretty nice here, pretty nice dough. It's been a little sticky. Then again, I think I went a little over a half cup there on getting it started. Half cup of water, liquid, whatever. So I'm just gonna ball this up. A little olive oil in the bowl. Let that hang out. Next project. Let's get our squash ready to roast. That might be meant to do that. And I cut the top of this off because this is going to be the solid part, whereas the other part, it actually looks like I got right on the edge there where it's going to start breaking into the actual seeded area that you'd have to clean out. I am going to take the rest of this, give it a quick rinse, and wrap it with some plastic wrap. Throw it in the refrigerator. For future projects. Smells and almost looks like a melon at this point. It's not going to be that soft and tasty though. We're going to start off by just coating these with oil and salt. Some pepper. And we will later glaze them with the honey mustard. Okay, so only oil, salt, and pepper with these for the first 35 minutes. I don't know, it almost sort of feels like a little bit of a cop-out for a stream. Like, I almost feel like I have to do extra things tonight to go along with dinner because I've already spent so much work on the other half of this. But unfortunately, it had to been done 48 hours ago, so I don't get to combine it all into one stream and actually still live. Alright, so what's next on our project list here? Potatoes. Potatoes. These have been sitting here a little too long. They're trying to sprout. So we're gonna have to clean them up a bit first. Gonna leave the skins on otherwise. But we're gonna take things like that lovely growth development off of there. Yeah, it's still got a bit of an eye going there. scoring it all the way around to make sure and break the skin down. It's actually the major reason that I'm cutting these at this point. You do want them somewhat uniform for even boiling, but the major reason is I'm cutting them is I don't want big pieces of skin in there. I just don't care about the skin being in there. And small pieces. So like we got large pieces there, but the skin is actually cut halfway through on it. I think that's probably enough potatoes. Last 3 minutes, get units on the battlefield for Stream Raiders for our next battle. Covering in cold water. Over onto the stove. While we're getting that going, I'm going to get the other goodies for putting in our mashed potatoes together. I'm going to start with a couple of cubes of chicken stock. Some butter. A little half and half. We'll leave it there for that. Oh, salt, pepper, all that other good jazz. Definitely need those. And we're salting our potatoes by adding salt here, so. And we'll go ahead and throw this on the stove at absolute low flame. Honey mustard. Need to mix up a little honey mustard. Wouldn't want that honey to go to waste. Oh yeah, I think we got this one, folks. Lots of help on this round. Let's tear them down. Victory. Zender. And Entropy getting the kills and assists there. Entropy getting the scrolls. Thank you for your support, everyone. I'm just putting my tank out there until I get to 300 points on my tank. So we'll see how we do here in 30 minutes. Back to the board here. We got our honey going. We've got stuff melting back here nicely. We need some mustard. Mustard. Use a combination of whole grain and Grey Poupon country. We'll give this a good stir up. Debating if I want to add anything else in with this for our glazing purposes. We already got them with salt and pepper. I think we're going to be good with that. Had a pretty spectacular couple of days. Enjoyed yesterday immensely. Accomplished next to nothing, but enjoyed it immensely. But, let's see what else we have news to report in my life. My garage door is broke. Well, not my gate's broke. I have an electronic gate. And I think its battery's dead. I don't know, I'm gonna have to get someone to take a proper look at it, but seems like it looks like the setup on it, and I'm not 100% sure. It looks like it has a AC power going into the unit, and then that AC power is then charging a typical like car battery. It's being converted to DC and charging a DC battery, like a car battery. I think that car battery is dead after 10 years or so. Actually, no, more like 13, 14, 15 years. And that battery then charges, I think, powers the gate and the electronics for the gate. Because it seems like there's power getting to the AC-DC converter. But there doesn't seem to be any power to the board itself. So my assumption is the battery's dead. But it does mean that I get the lovely job of having to manually move that gate every time I want to leave the house right now until that gets fixed. It is not a light gate either. It is a big, heavy honker. Wooden thing. And steel reinforced too, so it's heavy. Caught a little GTA RP earlier today. Was really enjoying that. It was really fun. They were going full bore at it today. You had. I'm not even going to explain it, but I enjoyed watching that earlier today. It did seem to sort of mostly wrap up right as I was getting ready to start the stream. Got 15 minutes on our squash still. Potatoes not quite up to a boil yet. How's our dough looking over here? It's definitely alive and moving. It hasn't proofed as much as I normally do, but I want to sort of move this along today. So we're not going to give this a full proof, I don't think. I think I'm going to cut and turn this into rolls at this point. And divide this into 4. I'm not going to punch it down because I want to keep as much air in there as possible. I know punching it down is traditionally what would happen here. And then, yeah, I'm going to basically punch it down because we need to ball this together. But I'm going to try my best to not deflate it while pinching it into a ball. Yeah, Sparkle. I just haven't had the gumption to go out there with a voltmeter or anything along that line. It's just broke at this point, and my initial diagnosis of looking at it and seeing that the circuit board isn't getting power. Sheet pan and parchment for these. And then for later with these, using the bowl that I half-proofed those in, add a touch of, there's all a little flour, a little olive oil still in there. That's what's in there right now. We're going to do a little half and half and an egg for an egg wash on. Potatoes are boiling. Not fully cooked looking at the color of them though, so we're gonna give them a little bit longer. Yeah, well, I can still manually open it. It's not like it's impossible. It's just a pain in the butt. Yeah, and speaking of that, I've actually just bought some Type D batteries because my what do you call it? My nice flashlight needs new batteries. I've been using these rechargeables that are... I'm buying rechargeables for it now, but I haven't been using rechargeables that, like, substitute a AA into, like, a D-size shell. And so, I was like, just to get some proper D batteries for this thing. It's driving me nuts what the name of this is. It's the... Oh, and I don't even have it there right now. Where did I put it? Becomes the next major question. Figure out that later. Unless it's on the back here. Oh, I have no idea where I hid that. Yeah, they do Sparkle. Sparklerella. But I just got tired of, just throwing away batteries all the time, and so I actually have a little charging station set up, and I've got everything from my mouse and keyboard over here to my flashlights throughout the house. I use batteries for all sorts of things. Hey Blue Moon, how you doing? Welcome in. We're doing some Osso Buco tonight, which is still going here. We got another 26 minutes until it's done its 48 hours in the sous vide at 61 degrees Celsius. We've got some honey mustard here, homemade honey mustard for glazing butternut squash that's in the oven. We got potatoes on the stove and some dairy and chicken stock for making some mashed potatoes. And we got rolls proofing. Should actually put these right on top of the sous vide to be a little warm. On top of the immersion circulator. I dislike that I get into that habit of calling this the sous vide, because it's an immersion circulator. It's not a sous vide. It's just everyone seems to call it sous vide all the time too. I don't know if it's the shorter word, the word that more people know. It's like the other, I've for ages, like much longer than I've been streaming, been ranting about, bone broth does not exist. It's stock. And then, like, I don't know when it was, but sometime in the last 6 months, I caught myself calling something broth, and I was like, why are you calling this broth? I mean, it was selling stock was a major part of my old business, where I was making products off of the farmers at the farmers markets, and so I was competing against people that were selling bone broth and marketing it as bone broth, and I'm like, it's not a real product. It doesn't exist. I still strongly believe that, but I don't know. Put the trivet out here so that we can glaze our... Actually, I'll put it right here. So we can do our honey mustard glazing. Oh, that's not working? Oh, it did work. Oh, and we don't have bun buns here for that one. Pulling these out a little bit early, but it was an arbitrary time figure anyways. We're gonna give these all a flip and get them nice on the crispy brown side up, or at least off of the crispy brown side. It's a smorgasbord. So now I'm going to coat all these in some honey mustard here. You know what? You know what? This is going to work much more effectively if I just toss them in it. Ah, lost one. Trying to get it into a single layer once again. It's still a little warm. Throw that in the oven again. We'll give that another 10-15 minutes like that. Rinsing all that honey mustard off of my brush. Can't wait to get my new phone, can't wait to get my new camera set up. Well, my camera setup is there, but can't wait to have the phone so I can set up my old phone as the new camera. Let's get these potatoes a strain and a mash, and I think we're there. Yeah, we're there. Damn, we're cooked. And then just using the lid to root the water. Give them a moment to steam themselves a bit further. I didn't set a timer for my squash yet, so we'll set a timer for the squash. And pull out the flaky salt, the Malden salt, so that put a little flaky salt on top of our rolls before they go in the oven. I'm surprised you haven't heard the word smorgasbord. Maybe it's just a older time word, but like, actually I think there used to be a smorgasbord in Santa Rosa. No, I mean, someone got the word, but I meant someone also mentioned that they hadn't heard it. Was it a smorgasbord? Like, I don't think I ever went to it. But there used to be one in Santa Rosa, which is like the county seat of Sonoma, if you're unfamiliar. It's the biggest city in Sonoma. Might have actually been run by the community college. I don't remember. It was definitely a buffet of some sort. I know they had like carved meats. I'm double guessing myself if it was called smorgasbord or not now. But yeah, it was definitely like, I think 70s, 80s, I think, you know, that was like the term when it came to a buffet. Like a buffet was cheap. Yeah. In the 90s, we didn't care. Now we call them like Mongolian barbecue or steakhouses or yeah. Like I've seen Mongolian barbecues that aren't like buffets like that, but I think the majority of them that I've come across these days, since earlier on, are they're just like another name for a buffet. What should I have for a drink tonight? What do we say, chat? Yeah. Words. I can sometimes speak. What do you think, chat? Should I go with scotch or bourbon tonight? Well, we have Glenmorangie for scotch, which I picked up on Thanksgiving. I made some good inroads on that bottle. We have Bullet, which is not my favorite bourbon, but is a decent bourbon. Or we have... Well, we have a couple other options here for bourbon, too. Ooh, I thought I had another bottle. Guess I don't. Guess I drank that. Then we have the Maker's Mark 101 that I dipped myself at Maker's Mark when I visited in Kentucky last year, or the year before. Battle's ready. I didn't notice that. Oopsies. Let's do our battle. victory. Inchby just sweeping everything there. Just getting all them kills, getting all them rogues out there. Thank you, sir. Hudaz getting the bomber scroll. Congrats to you, sir. Oh, it's been a while since I've seen one of these. I remember these from last year. You might want to put a rogue out there in the top left corner to go after that other lightning bolt. Because they will help us if we go after them quick. If I remember correctly. It's been a bit. Anyways, back to this. We have this as our third choice. And then I have a fourth bourbon that is not super special, but I treat it as my special bourbon that we only break open when we have a special event or someone visiting. I'm gonna take a look at this. I'm getting a little worried at the smells. Worried that we're getting a little too hot in there. I think we're okay for right now, though. Just for another minute in there. We're gonna put our rolls in there once we're done with the squash. You vote scotch? I can do scotch. I've actually been very happy with picking up this bottle, too. I have that here, or I have that on my desk. It's on my desk. Like, this was entirely different to me from my past experiences with scotch. This is such a lighter, much more, at least on the nose, much more delicate and complex. Oh, shut up. Quiet, stove. Cheers, folks. Yeah, we're fine. It was just the excess that was running off was getting a bit warm. There's our honey mustard roasted squash. We'll let that cool off to the side here. And throw our bread in that oven after we give that a wash with our egg and dairy. A little pinch of flaky salt on them. And into the 400-degree oven. Take a look at that in 10 minutes. We've got 3.5 until our 48-hour sous vide is completed. We're going to mash our potatoes here in the meantime. Want all those fats and flavors in there. So there's our mashed potatoes for later. We'll keep a lid on those and try and keep as much heat in them as we can. We need this smaller pan back again. You know what? It may actually be better to do this in this bad boy. Nope. Just salt, pepper, MSG, butter, chicken stock, and half and half. Thus concludes our cooking of our Osso Buco. Let's see what we got. Oopsies. I'm just having to manhandle these out because I don't have tongs cleaned. Big bone on that boy. Checking the doneness on the carrots because wasn't sure that we were going to get to a temp that really got them, and they're not completely cooked through. They're still got a decent crunch to them. So I think I'm actually going to try and pull those off and give them a little bit of a saute separately. All that lovely marrow. Oh, I am glad I have rolls for that marrow. And then we have our beautiful cooking liquid. Which we're going to pull on a high flame. We're going to put the potatoes on the back burner here. High flame on my small pan there. Get some oil going in that. Turn the sous vide off, or immersion circulator off. But these are completely broken down now. We got some deliciousness going on there. It's not looking too delicious right now, but it will be. We're going to be following the same sort of pattern here next week, and going to be doing short ribs instead of Osso Buco, and so we'll be doing 48-hour immersion circulator or sous vide short ribs. Welcome in the Mind of Z. Happy to have you. How you doing today? We're having a great time. Just wrapping up our dinner here. Nice, Smitty. They're super handy. If you first get one, they're really fun to play around with eggs. If you haven't used eggs in an immersion circulator, that's a fun one to play around with because you can see all the differences and all the temperatures. Where it's actually sort of interesting where you get the yolk solidifying before you get the white solidifying. I think I'm going to slurry thicken this braising liquid and use that for our gravy. Hazeltari, I think what I'm doing here is a mistake. I should probably get rid of this. something I was over here for. Need this. I need this. Trying to mix all this up together. It's fighting me. Instant gravy. Turn down the heat on that. We'll give that a taste in a second. Make sure we got enough salt in there. Probably got too much salt in there, actually. I mean, it is our braising liquid. That is the major concern there. I'm not worried about losing a little bit of starch if it's too salty, but straight gas. To be honest, I think I've lucked out with this oven. I mean, it's about as bare bones, as cheap as you can get. I mean, this is a rental. It's a straight gas oven, but it's done me well as far as temp. It seems to hold pretty good temp. I don't know how accurate it is because, I mean, I've thrown several oven temp thermometers in there, but they get ugly and unreadable after a month anyways. We're just waiting another minute here or so on our buns. I think we can get started with the rest of our plate though. dinner rolls. Nice little sprinkle of salt on top of them. I don't have room for you. Okay. Grab our honey mustard squash here. I didn't want to cover that beautiful piece of caramelized squash up. Some of our veggies. Come on. Let's go, phone. Okay, I am very happy with this. This is looking gorgeous to me. We could have done a little bit better with the browning and given that some color before I put it in there. I'm happy with it regardless. It's gonna taste amazing. I've already tried that gravy, just giving it a quick taste. And yeah. mashed potatoes in the back, party in the front. So awesome. Thank you folks for joining me tonight. Gonna be back tomorrow. I'm gonna be using whatever leftovers I've got here and maybe some other beef around the house. Yeah, and we got the asparagus. I'm gonna do an asparagus soup with that. We'll do something with the leftovers here from this. I don't know. I don't know necessarily what I'm gonna be doing. I was hoping I was gonna have those avocados win on me. I was gonna hope I had the avocados still good for me for Monday, but they went, and they're in the compost now. Raiders battle. Yes, we've got 3 minutes till Raider battle, so why don't we hang out for that? We haven't had anyone guide the raid tonight, so if anyone's interested in suggesting where we go from here, I've greatly enjoyed your suggestions. It's worked out greatly using guide the raid, finding some interesting people to watch, and yeah, getting some good returns from it too. Let's see here. Who is on tonight? Hazel Tari jumping in there. Thank you, thank you. Please tell me you're muted, channel. Okay. It says you're muted. Please let me know if you get any audio coming through that's weird. That would be appreciated. I have it set up so it shouldn't be doing that. Cool. Last battle, last minute, get units on the battlefield. This is looking like a nice suggestion here, Hazel. Really do like this. It's just so different from, like, if you're one of those people that drink alcohol and you're just like, okay, yeah, that burns, it's alcohol. You probably won't appreciate the nuances of versus whiskey and bourbon, but if you can sit there and get past that, which, I mean, just about every whiskey tasting I've been to, whether it's bourbon or whiskey, they're like, you gotta take 3 or 4 sips of this thing before you can really tell what it tastes like. And it's true. And you get the first 2 out of the way, you get that nice burn going. Whether it's the bourbon people telling you it's Kentucky Hug, or it's the other people telling you it's some other form of warm spirit, you can actually get down to actually tasting them. If you smell them and all you hit is alcohol, try backing off a little bit and smelling a little bit further from a distance. Let's go do our battle. I think that's really getting the most people we can here. That was a quick one. Lots of help on that last map. Thank you everyone for joining in. This is going to be our last map of the night because we're done with our food. Who's going to get that 50 gold? The Jabo helping us out with the kills, Entropy getting those assists, Hazel Tari picking up the 50 gold. Congratulations. I hope you come back and fight with me once again. We're going to be back here on... what is Sunday? We're going to be back here tomorrow. We're going to be back here tomorrow. More cooking, more Stream Raiders. I hope you come back to join me for that. Let's give a raid here to Hazel Tari's suggestion of Oolong Crossing. Doing a tea stream. This looks very awesome. Looking like a chill, relaxing stream. Perfect pass off to well, good night. I didn't mean to do that so quick.